Today's video is on regret. So this again is one of those conservative type virtues that sounds a little bit uncool. No regrets is what people say. Well, that's absolute bullshit. It's absolute bullshit if you really talk to people. So what is a regret? Well, a regret is when we feel bad because we've not met our own values. We've lived in a way which is less than our higher self. Could be a very small thing, could be a big thing over our life. And as a result, we're motivated to do something differently in the future. This is my definition of regret, and maybe others out there. This is different from sort of crushing guilt or crushing shame, where it doesn't really help or motivate us. Yeah. For me, this idea of healthy regrets is, you know what, I wanted to do this and I didn't, and that's against what I believe. It's against the best person I can be, my best self. Maybe I was in a fight-flight response and I was stressed and I said something mean to my wife, or I didn't say something when I should have spoken up and said something when someone was being mean to me, whatever it is. And actually realizing that that wasn't the best you could do, and rather than kind of hitting yourself with a stick, actually just sitting with that and going, you know what, that burns a little bit, that doesn't feel good. Yeah, it's the way in which we condition ourselves around our own values and ethics. And it really feeling that is the key thing here. And then the next thing, not just going, oh, I'm so bad, not morally judging and blaming ourselves, feeling that regret, which puts us in contact with our values, and then committing to doing it differently next time. That could be to ourselves, really being determined, or to someone else publicly, putting something in place to make sure that doesn't happen again. That's like a good apology. It's not just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a bad person. It's also that commitment that's key here. They're recommitting to our values. That's healthy regret. And that is how we grow as people. In Buddhism, this is well documented. It's kind of like one of the parts that the sort of more leftist people find hard in Buddhism. And I think the conservatives can do this well. I think an intelligent, compassionate conservatism looks at regret without sort of just constantly trying to be like shameful. It's interesting that regressive left has taken on shame now as a big sort of chant. I was listening to a video the other day of a right-wing speaker in an American university, and everyone's shame. And he's like, well, no, because he was acting according to his values. So it totally made sense for him, to do what he was doing. So exercise. Review your day at the end of the day and ask yourself, what do you regret? Think about that action. You'll feel that cringe. And this is where courage comes in with looking at regret. Breathe, center yourself, stay with it. Notice that bad feeling. Commit, have a strong intention, preferably a plan to doing it differently next time. Talk about with a friend what have you regretted in your life so far. There's always more time, What's something I regret? What's something I regret? I don't know. I messed up my first ever sort of love relationship when I was 16. For a long time, I was hard on myself about that. And then I just went, you know what? When you meet a girl you love next time, do better. And that's what I think I'm doing with my wife, right? So, regret can lead to good things. It's not necessarily a bad emotion. This idea of no regrets is lefty bullshit.